Okay, first giving it permission to execute this Bitnami script, and then I'm gonna just install this. Here we go. Okay, English is good. Next. Okay, we can do the sample data. Let's call this Joomla quick demo. Next, just leave this blank, make this something short and simple. Next, it seems good. Next, nope. Also, nope. Okay, there we go. Okay, done. Let's launch it. So it's installed. Let's get into the backend. So now let's just quickly install JCB. I first install the web tab, so we just grab it from there. Okay, so we open JCB. It's the latest version, and we get a package. Well, we could use the demo as well, but we might as well get something more heavier. Like component builder itself. Yeah, this is the load version. I need to actually update that. Anyway, let's get that. Okay, we got it here, and check some validates. Just add the key and continue. Okay, so now we have two components to test with. And go to the compiler, and we'll first select demo because this one we actually want to compile a few times. So I'm going to compile that, and then having compiled it, I'll install it, and then I'll do that again. Oh wait, not this one, that one. Install it again, compile it again. Then I'm thinking, well, let's update the demo component so that it actually has a box. There we go. Now it has a box. Then compile it again, install it again, compile it again, install it again. Okay, so there is demo. We can open it, look around. Everything seems good. And then we can go back to compiler. I'm going to compile JCB. I'm not going to install it because it won't behave correctly. It's an older version. But I'll just compile it because it's one of the biggest components we can quickly test to see, does everything. It really takes every angle and every avenue of the compiler in action. Okay, so only notices we see is the fact that it has this external get dynamic content script that it pulls from the gist, which is to be expected, and that there is a dynamic folder in the script, and that's it. And so it's available in Joomla Quick Demo Apps, Joomla Temp, there in the Bitnami path. And so I'm going to clear the temporary folder and we're done. And maybe just do a demo again. Install. And so yeah, that no errors. Install that again. Good to go. Now, if I was to use the backup folder on the server, which I don't know if you are taking this in consideration, the backup folder is a path that must be accessible by the web server. If you put it outside of the web server's path of access, you'll also have errors. You can set these in the global options of JCB under folder paths. Here is the backup folder path. Now the default would actually put it, let me see, if it's not set, it will actually place the zip file in your temporary folder and it will actually give you an error. So if you don't set a backup path here, it will give you an error, but not as serious as the ones we see in your forum. So in the forum post, so I'll tick this just to show. I think we will get an error here. Let's see. Yeah, so that would be the error. It basically, because it can't copy itself to itself. See, the paths are the same, so that's why this copy failed. So if you don't have the backup folder path set, you'll get this error, but it's simply because you can't copy this to the same place. If you don't have a backup path set, it will store it to the temporal folder. Okay, so again, it's compiled actually without error, and I think that's a fair enough demo. I could grab another component, but I think this illustrates that within your Linux environment, the Bitnami stack does not give any errors whatsoever. And since Joomla ends up being deployed to Linux in more than 80-90% of the market, I suspect this is okay. But that doesn't mean I don't want to help resolve it for other environments. So if you could maybe make a similar tutorial, or even just screenshots. The point is, it would be helpful to look at the logs, if we could, of the server, especially that of the web server, the Apache or the Nginx, to see what errors it gives after a compilation. That would also be helpful. And because when I look at those errors that Joomla gives, it's clearly permissional, and the fact that it sometimes does it and sometimes not in a local environment could be a firewall or some software that does protection to the system, because really JCB is writing to the hard drive and it's moving values around, which takes one file from one area, moves it to another, and then writes to it. It's quite well, there's the only way we can do that to get under the memory limitations. Okay, so that's just from my side a quick yeah, I don't know, whoa, maybe just one more thing. Let's just update Joomla here, because I see this is 3.9, so we want to go to, where is it, 3.8, 0.9, no, 9.9, oh, it's not picking it up. Okay, for some reason it's not showing. So this is 3.9.8. Well, it's the Bitnami stack. So if we look at system information, it is 7.3.6. It's an Apache server, and yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching.